moments to provoke thought, to feel something. I bill myself as a storyteller, though there are times when I have to stop and think about, am I actually clueless about what it is that I'm trying to do? I read The Power of Moments by Heath Brothers, where they indicated that the best way to convey something was to take a very clear insight, compress it in time, and present it in a manner that allows the audience to discover it themselves. It ends up provoking thought. Though in reading Margolis's story 10X, he talks about the way that you really connect with audiences is if you can figure out how to get them to feel something. He said that you can provoke thought, though when an audience actually feels something, it's more likely that something might actually get done. So let me go ahead and unfold this story for you, which I have unfolded dozens of times, though each time I work on it, I seem to learn a little bit more. So I'm sitting in the kitchen in the morning having a very pleasant breakfast, and my wife yells down from upstairs, "Are you going to finally clean up that unsightly growth around the bird feeder today? I'm getting tired of looking at it. It's really disgusting." You need to realize that I deal with a lot of frustration on an ongoing basis, which detracts from having a pleasant breakfast. Though when I do have a pleasant breakfast, it helps me deal with frustration. So for the past several days, I've been watching the birds outside on the railing, and it helps create a very pleasant breakfast, which helps me deal with my ongoing frustrations. So after this happens for several days, I decide to install a bird feeder. And I want to do that because I think that installing the bird feeder will increase birds at the feeder, which will have more birds outside, increasing the likelihood of me having a pleasant breakfast. It will also increase the attractiveness of the garden, attracting more birds, and adds to my pleasant breakfast. So after I install this bird feeder, I find out that the birds at the feeder increases the need to buy bird seed. And if you've looked at the price of bird seed lately, you can understand why it actually ended up adding to my frustration. Additionally, the birds at the feeder created spillage, which increased the need to buy bird seed, adding to my frustration. And the spillage promoted the unsightly growth that my wife is complaining about, which increases my frustration. And the spillage also attracts rodents, which I have to figure out how to deal with, which is adding to my frustration. And the bird feeder attracts squirrels, the universal eating machine, which decreases the birds at the feeder, which increased the spillage. But the squirrels increase the need to buy bird seed, which increases my frustration. And they also add to the spillage, which increases my frustration in a couple of ways. And the birds are now actually pooping all over the railing, which means it's something else that I need to figure out how to deal with. So you look at this whole set of relationships, and I have to ask myself, what's the real problem? I recall in reading the works of Russ Ackoff, there were 3 points that I recall and sort of ponder on an ongoing basis. He said, with an intent investigation, we will almost always find that the real problem is somewhere other than where we initially thought it was. He said we should never improve a part unless it also improves the whole. And rather than solve problems, we should work to dissolve the basis for those problems. So when I look at this situation, I have to, again, ask myself, what's the real problem? Is it a poorly designed bird feeder so that it creates spillage and the squirrels actually get to it, which is causing the rest of the stuff? Or is it something else? So ponder this for a bit and think about where in this set of relationships is the real problem that should be addressed. And I appreciate your thoughts. Take care. Bye.